that we had planted 1 billion shillings worth of seedlings, and nobody could trace where those trees were. Because when I hear seedling, I know a tree. I've been to Mandera. I think we were invited to the senator's farm along the river there. They grow fruits, they grow mangoes, they grow all sorts of things. But it is something that is ascertainable. If I give farmers 10,000 avocado seedlings, I should be able to point and say those ones are the trees.
Yeah, they're there. I said it's possible. That's why I responded to the chair. Can be
but
verified.
In accounting, we don't.
You have also told us that 55.9 million was spent on seedlings in a county that has perennial drought situations.
What type of seedlings?
Can you give us the assurance that the 55.9 million worth of seedlings are traceable, and tell us the test that you carried out? You have also reported that 349 million was spent on relief food items. Give us the assurance and tell us the test that you carried. If you assure us, we will move to the next issue.
Chair, can I add also to Patrick? Also, with the cash transfers, there is a cash transfer of 12 million to elderly. Can he give us the test on how that cash transfer of 12 million was achieved? And to add on seedlings, which kind of seedlings are these?
Okay, so let's deal with the numbers first. Let's just get this assurance from the OAG, because if the OAG gives us an assurance, then we have very limited room to doubt.
Thank you, Chair. What was the first assurance?
That 32.8 million spent on water tracking, that you are able to see the documentation and you are able to carry out some tests to confirm that 32.8 million indeed was spent on water tracking. The next one was 55.9 million spent on seedlings. You just give us the assurance on the test you carried, the 12 million on cash transfers, and the 349 million on relief food items.
Yeah, maybe out of ignorance, one would be interested to know what kind of farming is practiced in Mandela.
Sorry, Senator?
I mean, out of, maybe I don't know, one would be interested to know what kind of farming is practiced in Mandela.
Can I?
No, you will respond. Let the Auditor General first deal with the facts, then you will respond.
Thank you, Chair. For the issue of water tracking, we did the analysis. We looked at even from the procurement point of view, how the water tracks were sourced, if they were delivered, but on a sample basis. So we are able to have the numbers of the vehicles that tracked and the recipients. And that was our test. That was there need for water tracking? Is there a need? How are the water tracks sourced? And was the water delivered to the intended purpose?
Seedlings?
Seedlings?
55.9 million of seedlings?
Okay.
This is in your report. This is in your report. They are not figures that we have come up with. Actually, it's in the governor's report. So, really, it's a governor who should respond, but he might tell us stories. You are the one who provides assurance. So, give us that assurance.
Thank you, Chair. Again, for the seedlings, we use the same process. How were the seedlings sourced and the need for the same. Again, this would not be 100%, it's just on a sample basis. We could look at an item. Was there need for the count to purchase the seedlings? How was it procured? And then finally, how was it delivered? And we did a test check, because somebody could call one of the recipients just to confirm. Some were positive, as calls went unanswered.
You're just making calls, because yes. Seedlings is something you need to see. 55 million worth of seedlings is how many seedlings? Governor, 55 million worth of seedlings, that would be how many?
Can I respond to all?
No. We are going. I think it's almost. We just need to be specific. I'd wanted to release you at 1 to go for prayer, but we might spill over a little bit. So 55 million worth of seedlings. How many were they?
No, I don't have the numbers, but I can tell the question that what type of farming.
No, don't answer that. Deal with 55 million worth of seedlings.
We have seedlings along we supply to farmers along the river, all the way from BP1 to Malkamari. That is one. All types of seeds, maize, and then the vegetables.
Governor, maize does not come from seedlings.
Yeah, he's a prolific maize eater.
We are talking about seedlings.
You know, it's the coding. It's the coding. All the farm products we put
No. If the purchase is seedlings, it cannot be maize seedlings.
Yeah, let's not offend maize.
Okay.
Usiguze mlima.
Nisiguze mahindi.
Usiguze mahindi. Just tell us, ini seedlings gani ya 55.9 million in a drought-ravaged county? That's the interest that we want to find out.
One time I said during the rains, and even when there's no rains along our river, we farm. I'm sure those of you who have visited Mandera have seen that. Including the schemes, the BP1, we have the BP1 scheme, the RSA scheme, the Chantole schemes, all those schemes we give them seeds.
So if, for example, we left Nairobi to come and oversight the 55.9 million worth of seedlings, where do we find them? In the river?
Along the river.
So we just walk along the river, any tree that is growing is a seedling from the county?
No, not really, the farms and the schemes, we have schemes.
Okay, so OG, how did you go about confirming that 55.9 million was indeed spent on seedlings?
Thank you, Chair. As I said, it was up basis, but teams went out, even to the schemes.
Yeah.
And from the report, the seedlings were there. Okay.
But interesting, these seedlings saw 55 million plus, 55.9 million plus quickly. You know, OAG and the governor, you must give us numbers. Because, and you know, we have agreed maize comes from seed. Some of us, we farm maize, akina SIFUNA ndio wanakula. That is, and they eat it very well. I know the time is very serious. What I'm trying to make, is it fruit seed? How many farmers? How many acreage? You know, that is the answer we are just looking for.
We have over 6,000 registered farmers. We have it in our inventory. Farmers across Mandera County, both riverlines and rainfields. But the seed and the seedlings, let me put it like that, I'm not a farmer, so I should be forgiven, is we give them all the schemes. They do maize, they do the potatoes, all types of farming along the river.
Governor, we must look at the compass. In accounting, seed are defined as biological assets. So they would not be here.
Yeah.
They would be biological assets. They would not be here. They would be capitalized. So tell us the right story, not the one you are telling us.
And Chair, you know, this is not an idle engagement.
Yes.
There was a time when we were told on Mazingira Day that we had planted 1 billion shillings worth of seedlings. And nobody could trace where those trees were. Because when I hear seedling, I know a tree. I've been to Mandera. I think we were invited to the senator's farm along the river there. They grow fruits, they grow mangoes, they grow all sorts of things. But it is something that is ascertainable. If I give farmers 10,000 avocado seedlings, I should be able to point and say those ones are the trees.
Yeah, they're there. I said it's possible. That's why I responded to the chair. Can be
but
verified.
In accounting, we don't deal with possibility.
So
we deal with facts. Governor, I've just asked you a simple question. How many, you have said this is the farm, how many acreage? Is it in all of your sub-counties? How do you track the 55.9 million that today you can account? You know, Chair, we once listened to a story where a governor from near Kataya's county purchase fingerlings and then went and release it on the rivers and say they swam up and we don't know where they are. So the question, Governor, we want to put the numbers to the value.
It was accurate.
You know the money we are discussing, Governor, 55.9 million can do around 55 ECD classrooms or can do a number of water tracking in the area. So the question is as simple as this. Can you attach the seedlings, the money to seedlings and the seedlings to the farms, to the farmer? And how do you carry out to ensure that these 55 million watt seedlings are accessible or they can be traced to a particular farmer?
Senator,
and what were the yardstick you give to all the farmers?
And I think that's why I started by asking the Auditor General to give us an assurance, because the governor can tell us, if he does not have evidence, he'll tell us stories. But the Auditor General is equipped to do an assurance. But from what I'm hearing, whatever you are calling an assurance on water tracking is a desktop sample. Whatever you are calling an assurance on seedlings is a desktop sample or a desktop review. Boots must be on the ground